I talked about commas yesterday with participial phrases at the beginning of a sentence, and in those instances, you always need that comma, and you can hear that comma. Dazed and confused, comma, I fell off of the chair. Those participial phrases, though, can come in the middle and at the end of your sentence. To determine if the comma is necessary, you have to determine if that information in the participial phrase is necessary. And when I say necessary, without that participial phrase, will we be able to identify that noun? For example, the girl in the red hoodie gave me a dirty look. I need to know which girl you're talking about. I need to know you're specifically talking about the girl in the red hoodie, because it's not just any girl, it's the girl in the red hoodie who gave me a dirty look. So in that case, I do not need commas because it is essential to the sentence. It's important to the sentence's meaning, so I don't set it off with commas. But if I said, she ran down the hill laughing uncontrollably and fell and broke her leg, that is not essential to the sentence that she was laughing uncontrollably. I can understand that she was running and she fell and broke her leg. Adding the laughing uncontrollably just gives me additional detail. It is not essential, so I do need commas around that one. Same thing applies if I put it at the end of the sentence. If it is essential at the end of the sentence, I don't need a comma. If it is not essential, I do need a comma. So these you do have to stop and think about just a little bit, because you can't just intuitively tell because of a pause or not a pause. Let's do a little quiz. The first one, the woman carrying a stack of books smiled at me. Is that essential or not essential, carrying a stack of books? It's essential because it identifies which woman. When it's essential, no comma needed. The second sentence, my sister, laughing loudly, startled everyone in the theater. Non-essential. We don't need to know that your sister was laughing loudly. That's good information to know. That extra information does not identify her. It just gives us more information. So yes, use commas there. Here's the third one. The teacher grading papers at her desk looked exhausted. Yes, that is essential to the meaning of the sentence, because we're not talking about that teacher over there or the teacher standing by the bookcase or the teacher in the hallway. We're talking about the teacher grading papers at her desk. That one is exhausted. So in that case, no commas needed. So if it is essential to the meaning, no commas. Just think of it as one complete sentence that makes sense all by itself, and it's not interrupting or adding anything unessential. Everything is important. And then the sentence is, what is that on me? Non-essential, if it's extra information, we're just going to set it off with commas. Separate it from the rest of the sentence with commas. So if it's in the middle of the sentence, comma before and after the phrase. If it's at the end of the sentence, right before the phrase.